Hello, Newfield students. This is Miss Harlan, back with you again for week 5 of science. Today we're going to be studying density of liquids. The properties of liquids, not just water this time, liquids. Before we get started, I'm a little thirsty. I think I'm gonna make myself some chocolate milk. Okay, my glass of milk. Hope you don't mind. And I've got my chocolate syrup. I like a lot of syrup in my chocolate. Oh, have you ever made yourself chocolate syrup? Chocolate milk using chocolate syrup? Have you ever wondered why it all goes right down to the bottom like that? I mean, I want chocolate milk. So I have to stir it. It's not doing very well. I gotta stir the chocolate on the bottom, that's right. Were some of you trying to tell me that? Okay, so I stir that up. But why does that happen? Did you ever think about it? Why does that happen? Well, it's because of density. The chocolate syrup is much thicker than the milk. So it sinks to the bottom of the glass. And then you have to stir it. And then you have some lovely chocolate milk. Very good. All right, I'm going to set that over there and show you that yes, we are talking about density. Now, if you can take a look here, this is low density. The molecules, remember we talked before about water molecules and how they like to stick together? Well, molecules of the same thing do stick together, and that's how they make that substance, whatever it is. But the density can depend on a lot of things. The type of liquid it is, such as Hershey syrup, thick. So it wouldn't be on this end of density. Hershey syrup would be over here, dense. Sticking together a lot of molecules, making the liquid thicker. The same thing happens with all liquids. They all have a density. Even water. Hot water, cold water. Hot water, the density isn't very dense, is what I should say. The molecules are getting heated up and they're moving all over the place. So if you ever saw water in a pot boiling and moving, it's jumping around because the molecules are so heated up, they're moving, they're bouncing all over the place. You want to stay away from any liquid that looks like that because it will burn you badly. But we're going to experiment today with density. So I have a couple of things I want to show you, and I want to follow the scientific method. Let me not forget that. We're going to be asking a question, gathering information. You're going to do that by watching my demonstration. We're going to form a hypothesis, each one of us our own. Then we'll test the hypothesis, which is doing the experiment, and we'll share out the results. Okay, that's what we're going to do, and we're going to use all of our senses as a scientist to understand, or hope to understand, what it is we're going to be seeing. Okay, so let's get started because these can take a while. I have here 4 glasses, and I've labeled them by the amount of sugar I've put in them. So this cup, you can't see it, says 0, no sugar. This has 1 tablespoon of sugar in it. Put it in there earlier. This has 2 and this has 3. Increasing amounts because I'm going to try and make layers of colored water for you. Put it in a test tube and show you. So first we're going to really quick make this. So because this is sugar in here and I want it to dissolve quickly, I have warm water in my usual coffee mug, and I'm going to fill all of these up to a certain line in the cup so they'll all be equal. The warm water will make the sugar dissolve, that means become liquid, in the cup a little faster. So I'm going to stir up number 3. That's got a lot of sugar in it. Again, 3 tablespoons. Number 2, 2 tablespoons of sugar. I can hear the difference of when it's all getting dissolved. Can you? And number 1. Yeah, that doesn't sound as rough. Most of that is dissolved already. 1, 2, and 3. Okay. So, the question I want to ask you is, do you think I can create layers of different colored water in my test tube? I will color these in a minute. Place them in the test tube. So, I want you to make a hypothesis. What do you think is going to happen? And keep that in your mind while we do our experiment. Okay, so a little bit more stirring. Let's see. We'll put 3 drops of red in the cup with 3 tablespoons of sugar. We'll try and keep them all the same density of color. So I'll put 3 drops of each color. Whoops, that got a little bit more out of it than I thought. And I'm going to leave the one with no sugar. I'm going to leave that clear. Now there's a trick to doing this. And so I have what's called a bulb baster. Your mom might use this when cooking. So here we go. Open up one of my test tubes. And as I said, I'm going to start with the densest liquid, the 3. And I don't have to worry too much about this because it's the first liquid going in to the test tube. So I just squeeze it in. Nice red color. Oh no. Rinse it out just a little bit. Move that to the side. Now the green. If I were just, oh, I'm turning my thing the wrong way. I want you to see it. The green. If I were to put this green in right in the middle, they're going to mix together. And that's not what I want to happen. I want to show you the layers. So instead, I'm going to try to very carefully guide this green along the side of the test tube so that it will form a layer on top of the red. Can you see it happening? I have to go slowly. because if I go too fast, it's going to all mix together. It's already mixing together a little bit. Instead of pure green, I am getting a little bit of a darker color, aren't I? Okay. I don't know why I'm whispering, but there we have 2 layers of color. All right, successful so far. Now, let's try for the 3rd layer. This one is blue. Move the green out of the way. And let's try for the blue. I hope it will work, or it will look a different color. I think I'm going a little too fast. Usually when you're using a baster, you're going faster, not quite as slow as I'm trying to go here. Oh, I don't think I've done a very good job. I'm afraid we only have 2 colors. The red and the blue and the green kind of made their own color together, purple. All right. Well, remember, with science, things don't always work out the first time or the second time. We make adjustments. We try to figure out what we did wrong and if we can do it correctly to get the results that we want. So now, I'm going to move this down there, into there a little lower, without really, let's see if I angle it. I really want to get this top layer to look clear for you, because that would make me feel more successful. But the reason this is happening is because of the density. And I'm not being more successful in mine. I can see clear on top. I've gone rather fast because I don't think I'm going to be very successful. Oh well, we only got 2 layers out of it. But that's science. I could try again, but in this case, I don't think we have the time. So, we're going to move on to layering our liquids. Okay, I'm going to try and make these other liquids that are different thicknesses. I chose them for that reason. This is honey. Honey, you know, is very thick. You've probably eaten honey. It's very thick, very sticky. It's the first one. Oh, I don't want to get it on the sides. This might make a problem for me. All right. We have our honey on the bottom. Very thick. Next is corn syrup. Ooh, new bottle. Now, I want to get the corn syrup. I think I'm going to use the baster. Squeeze the bulb, put it into the corn syrup, and I slowly let the bulb take in air, and that pulls up the liquid. Okay, I think that's enough. I think may need some more. Can you see the layers? Yes, you can. But we need a little bit more. Whoa, I made a mistake there. Let me get a paper towel. I made the mistake of pushing on the bulb when it was in the syrup. And because it's a new jar and it's too full, I made the jar overflow. Oh, my bad. Okay. That is enough syrup. And let's see. Yes, honey on the bottom, syrup on the top. And the next thing on our list for the next thickness is dish soap. So, the dish soap is green. And it is not as dense or as thick, remember density means thickness, as the syrup or the honey. So it does not go down to the bottom of the test tube. It floats on top of the syrup and the honey. That's what we're doing here. We're creating layers of density. And the next layer is going to be cold water. So I think cold water would be good to be blue. So I'm going to take this cup of blue hot water pitcher of cold water. There we go. Oh, you know what? This won't be good because the color is just too close. It's blue, but not blue enough. Let's put some more drops of blue in there. And hope that that will make it. Yes. Now, I made that. I'm going to use this. I'm going to put this along the side, not right into the middle because it is a lot lighter. And I don't want it to mix with the soap. I wanted to put a layer on top so you can see that it's lighter. Okay, let's give that a minute. I don't think I'm very good at going slow at these things, and that's causing me problems. I think I let the soap and the water get a little mixed up. Next is vegetable oil. Now, vegetable oil is used for cooking. Let me see. That's not going to work. I'm going to need to pour some of it into a cup so that I can get it out. Let's see. Whoops. All right, that worked better. That is the vegetable oil sitting on top of the soap and the water. And the very last thing that we have to do is going to be rubbing alcohol. It's very light. And I'm going to color it red because it's a clear liquid, and I don't know if you'll see it very good on top of that yellow cooking oil. So, now I have the rubbing alcohol dyed red. Going very slowly because I want it to work. I'm kind of just letting it leak out on its own. It's starting to make a layer. Can you see it? Whoops. Okay. Whoa. We've done it. Did we get successful and make layers of liquids? Can you see the honey on the bottom, corn syrup? Then you see the darker, and that is the liquid dish detergent. Then you have the green water. Maybe I should have left it plain. Then you have the yellow cooking oil and the red rubbing alcohol, which is basically all I can smell. Now, that was much more successful than this. Yeah, but that's okay. I know this can work, but I don't think it was me. I think I need to practice again. So, move that aside for a minute. And now that you've seen me conduct the experiment, can you draw a conclusion of what happened? Think about it. Simple answer, a sentence of what you observed. That's all you have to do. That's how we do science. Now, you're going to be doing 2 experiments with density as well. You're going to need a little bit of a potato, maybe just the quarter top of a potato, and a raw egg. Be careful with that. And your papers from school, and you'll be ready to conduct your experiment. Now, I want to talk to you about this for one more minute. If I shook this up, it would become a big dark mess. All of these would try to mix together, and they would just be a mess. The sugar water, if I shake this up, it's just all going to become dark purple like that. It's just going to, all the colors mix together. That was not meant to last very long. If I had done it, it would probably be fading already. From another time when we did science together, I showed you oil and water. Oil is much less dense than water. Remember? We have green water here and oil, cooking oil on top of it. And here you have green water and cooking oil. The difference is this is more than just showing you the density of the liquids. This can also show you that oil and water don't mix. If I mix this up, and earlier today I dropped it, it mixes together, but immediately it also starts coming apart. See it? It does not want to mix together. No matter how many times I do that, it's going to keep breaking itself apart like this. And before you know it, it'll be back to perfectly clear oil and the green water. Okay, let's see. I'm going to lift this up again. Show you the test tube again. And a little more light. It gets dark when I push that down. Honey, corn syrup. What was that? The blue detergent, dish detergent, water, cooking oil, and rubbing alcohol. We made our layers of liquid. I hope you have fun making or conducting your 2 experiments, and I'll see you next week. So long for now.